Hey guys, Scotty here for Carnage Plus. We're down at Max Performance today with the Turbo Taxi. If you've seen the latest episode of Carnage, you'll know we punched a rod out of the side of the block. But it was a little bit more than that. So let's have a look at what the damage was and how it all come about. So here's the taxi. Let's have a look under the bonnet. You can see remains of coolant and oil splatter, and there's a lot of oil splatter around the catch can as well. So yeah, there's a bit of cleanup to be done in there. But yeah, poor old taxi is missing its heart. So let's walk on in. Now the boys at Max Performance are actually moving workshops at the moment. They're actually moving just a few doors down, which is nice and handy. There's the ute. She ran a 9.7 the other day, same day as taxi blew up. It ran 9.7, so it's doing well. So things are looking a bit quiet in here at the moment because they are moving location. And here is our engine. The boys have already pulled it out for me because, quite frankly, I couldn't be stuffed. I had a lot going on. I had to finish off that latest episode of Carnage and had a lot going on, so I handed it off to the boys. So that is the piston out of Turbo Taxi. That's the one that let go. So what's happened is it's leaned out. You can see a lot of splatter there from where it's actually been eating away at the piston. None of the other pistons got any sign of that. All the other pistons look really good. But yeah, this one, she leaned out, number 4, and you can see it has melted it pretty badly. Like it's had a lot of heat, and of course with all that heat the piston has weakened and come apart, which has then released the end of the con rod, and you can see a nice hole in the side of the block there. But let's pull it out and have a good look. Check that out. Yep, you can see all the way through. So obviously with the rod unsupported, it's done the big tank slapper, hit both sides of the block, punched out both sides. So you got a little hole on that side, big hole on this side, and then it's broken the rod. So there's the end of the rod. So the rod's done pretty well up to that point. But yeah. Pistons let go, then rods let go, then blockers let go. The pin actually collided with our oil pickup, and that has saved the sump. So we don't have a hole in the sump. We can reuse the sump with the oil drain back. But yeah, there's a fair bit of damage being done to that girdle. I'll try and flip it over. Give me a sec. Let's have a look. Check it out. She's held the girdle there, and she's given that pickup a nice big whack. A lot of damage there. So yep, that motor is kaput. And there's the pin. Alrighty. Alright, you can go there, you can go back in there, sweep up the little chunks of aluminium. So the big question is, what do we do now? So a lot of people are saying, what are you going to do? Are you going to use another stock motor? Are you going to build one? Well, building a motor is kind of expensive. So the powers that be have said, use another stock one. So we will. And there it is. So the guys at ACM have sent us this very nice FG e-gas motor. You can tell it's an FG because the sump is at the rear and the dipstick also at the rear. BA, BFs are down, dipsticks there. So yeah, we've got a brand new set of Plasma Man valve springs there. So we're going to put brand new valve springs in it. We're going to put head studs in it. What else are we going to do? That's about it. Well, obviously we'll change the sump over so we've got the oil drain bank. You can see the provision for the oil drain bank is there, but obviously you have to take the sump off to do that. So we'll just replace the sump. We'll get our Yellowterra flex plate on the back, get the turbo on there, and we're going to convert to external wastegate this time for better boost control. We also have to work out why it leaned out. We suspect, because we've got 2 injectors per cylinder, we suspect that one of those injectors went bad, which could have been the case. And if one of those injectors, we've had 6 injector failures so far with this engine, so it's quite possible we've had another injector failure. And if that's the case, then yeah, we'll work out, we'll replace both the injectors on that cylinder, and that way should be good. We'll whack this one back in there. Obviously got to change the intake, got to change the exhaust, all that stuff. I want to stick with a green rocker cover this time, but get this thing in there and get it boosting. 10s, that's what we want. 10-second quarters. Okay, so like I said, we got this engine from ACM. We just rang them up and they delivered it, which is awesome. It's only got like 130 something thousand Ks on it, so probably a third of the kilometers that the old engine had. So the other engine had like over 370,000 Ks. This one, 130,000 thereabouts. So good clean engine. You can see it actually hasn't even been pressure washed. It is just that clean, you know. We're going to replace this balancer because it's looking a bit shabby. We'll put another water pump on it just because they're cheap and we don't want to deal with that. But other than that, it looks like a good, clean motor. So that should be awesome. I know people are hoping that we're going to stick a built motor in it. The problem being that for the price of one of these, we can go through 8 of these for the cost of a built motor, and it probably still would be ahead because, yeah, it costs money to build motors. But anyway, this will get us into the 10s, guaranteed, no problem at all. So we'll go that way. What else we got here? That is Zane's old turbo motor out of his ute there. All right, so that white ute, yep, that's his old motor. And then this is the motor, this is the nitrous deal that he's been playing with in his EL Falcon. So that is not actually a turbo motor. That's just going to be, it's just a good solid bottom end. It's basically a gas bottom end, but with higher comp, like 10.7 to 1 comp. So BA gas motor basically is what that is. So he's going to pump a heap of nitrous into that, try and run really fast. I think he wants to run 10s on nitrous with that thing. He's run deep into the 11s already, so 10s will be pretty easy, I reckon. So that's it today from me and Turbo Taxi at Max Performance. So we'll get this engine into the old girl. We'll get these valve springs in, we'll get head studs in it, make sure it's all right, get it out the track, run 10s. Guaranteed.